Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome back to Group D for the first game of Group D in the 2022 Bot Masters. We're looking at Sirius AI on the Radiant side and Pub Support Simulator for 7.23, which is quite old, but not the oldest bot we've got in this tournament. And we're going to see whether or not a bot that is specifically designed to help you train your support skills is going to be able to outperform a very generalist Sirius AI, big favourite coming in. It can do a little bit of everything. It roams, it ganks, it fights. I even believe it wards as well.
Arc Warden.
One thing that we're looking at is an Arc Warden pick for Sirius AI. That's ballsy. The Pub Support Simulator always picks the same 5 heroes. We'll see a Bristleback now next, and then I believe the last one is an Oracle. I didn't remember that. But we're looking at some spicy hero lineups here. I wonder what the lanes are, to be honest, a little bit. I know the Pub Support Simulator lanes because when I was doing the testing for the bots and I had to play against every bot just the once, just to see how it is and get a feel for whether or not it's able to play a game of Dota or not. Because I didn't want to put any teams in this tournament that did not have the ability to even try and win a single game. I wanted every team to have a chance. And I think that's been reflected in the performance so far. We've had a couple of bad teams get knocked out, but none of them looked truly helpless. We've got Bristle and Oracle. This is your Pub Support Simulator opposition, because you are meant to load in with a Crystal Maiden, or load in to support the Luna, assuming that's what you're doing, and you're going to play against this brutal offlane. You've got Oracle, played by Ricardo, and can't pronounce that. Sorry, I don't even read that script. Bristleback and Oracle are a brutal offlane duo, and they will try to dominate this. You got Bloodseeker mid, that's
30 seconds to battle.
a bit questionable. All of the bots seem happy to just chill under the tower for now, although Sirius AI is up to something spicy. And then Luna and CM is a decent safe lane. I think that in terms of lanes, Pub Support Simulator has exceptional side lanes and a terrible mid. Gonna see a little bit of violence here. So your safe lane Phantom Lancer, gonna bump into this Bristleback. The quills are going to start building up, but is the Bristle already too low? Is this a first blood already? It looks like it should be, and it is. And then Oracle stuck along for too much time. The slow of the blast is going to come in. Oh, that's not the concussive shot. That's the arcane bolt. Couple more right clicks. He doesn't have the mana for another lance, so now they're just kind of in a weird position where they've chased for this for so long that they want to keep chasing for it. But they are missing the entire bot wave. Free Cat First Blood goes into the hands of Skywrath Mage. Probably the worst hero you could put it on.
Denied.
Arc Warden farming up a storm as expected. The Bloodseeker can't really do anything to stop him. This game, in my professional opinion, is that this game is Arc Warden's to win or lose, because he should trash this Bloodseeker. There is nothing a Bloodseeker does that makes an Arc Warden even think that that lane matters. And we're watching it. He's got 6 CS already, 3 denies, more than the Bloodseeker's got. Bloodseeker does run and get a cheeky deny there. This is Arc Warden's game to lose. He's in a position where he can get an exceptional start to the game. He can shut down the enemy mid, and then what does he want to do from there? Phantom Lancer, getting a little bit of a farm on. He has 3 CS so far, but the Skywrath has 2. Bristle, however, just with 2 as well. So a little bit of a poor farm in this lane. Meanwhile, blast onto the Ogre. Ogre's a bit tanky. You're not going to get away with that. Tangoed Ogre, 14 health a second. He's going to be fine. Ogre does stun a creep though. Not keen on that. I don't really get this off lane. Ogre Witch Doctor, that to me is not an off lane. I mean, core Ogre obviously exists, but I wouldn't be trying to play it. I would not recommend it. I wouldn't recommend any of my friends try it. I would not be happy if it turned up to my
Radiant's
lane and I
courier
was playing
has been
4+.
killed.
We've got a courier snipe. Arc Warden punishes that. He is watching an entire creep wave die to the tower whilst he picks up the water rune. But I don't think that water rune's worth. I mean, you could have killed 4 creeps and bought a clarity and a mango and you would have gotten the same amount of mana, if not more. Keeping this Bloodseeker out of the lane. Not really letting him get any opening into this game. 10 CS for the Arc Warden at 2.5 minutes. He's on track to have 40 CS at 10, which is an excellent amount of CS.
Dire's courier has been
Another
killed.
courier killed. Witch Doctor this time. We missed Second Blood. Crystal Maiden was on her own side of the map, actually. That's an aggressive ogre play.
Mine!
Selfish.
Apologies for that one. Bristle, running weirdly, wants to steal the bounty rune. Gets
That's
it.
for me.
Now finds himself face to face with PL. Bloodseeker really struggling now. Arc Warden level 4.25 to Bloodseeker's 3 3/4. Trying to keep an eye on everything, but then it's hard to talk. But then if you're talking, you miss all the kills, so... This is why people have professional observers. Got a fight breaking out bottom, but it's less of a fight and more just a bit of harassment. Guy has 2 quill sprays, but it's not the end of the world. Looks to me as if Radiant's off to a really good start this game. They have most of the top CS. Luna, played by Tammy, not really getting the CS that they need. I wish they were just spamming out Lucid Beam to get the CS, if that's how they're going to play it. Oh, they run a bit forward to stun the Ogre, but you're 1v2. Crystal Maiden, played by Amina, is a little bit further away. Ogre just casually stuns him. That's all of his mana. Bristle, hanging out in the lane. He should be okay here. He's got Bracer, he's got Wand. Pretty sure he just regens through anything they have to offer. Got Maledict on 2. It's the end of that though. Lucent Beam onto the Witch Doctor. He pops his wand and starts healing. But he is getting a little bit low. Ignite onto both heroes. That makes things awkward for the Luna. If she starts tanking the tower, she will die. Ogre stun. Maledict is a little bit late, but I think she's gonna pop down to the Maledict and she's dead. 3 kills for Sirius AI. And they're winning the economy of the lanes. Now they're going to CM. Bloodseeker, he's getting low mid. Chase onto the CM, let's keep an eye on that as well. And she's dead too. Now let's have a look, see if Bloodseeker dies. He is on the enemy high ground whilst walking around at about 20% health. Does Arc Warden's kill yet or to miss? Bloodseeker catching up in the CS. But he looks like he's probably going to die here, and he does. That is kills in all lanes for Sirius AI. They're saying, listen, we are that much better, and you watch as the gold graph begins to spike in their favour. Bristle and Ricardo's Oracle, both level 3, both level 4s of the Radiant side. Arc Warden 7 to Bloodseeker's 5, and then Ogre and Doctor are both 4, Maiden is 3, and Luna is 4. So in terms of XP, you're looking at that's a 5 level deficit at 6 minutes. That's a level a minute they're bleeding, and you can't do that. Crystal Maiden is a little bit stuck in the jungle. Luna's picking up an Invis rune, but none of this is going to help them win the game. Meanwhile, all 5 Radiant heroes are farming something. Blood right, just walk out of that. Right clicks onto Tammy. We've got a 3v2 in the mid lane. It's 2 Arc Wardens. They're focusing the wrong one. No, they're focusing the right one. And they nuked the counter gank. They kill the Arc Warden. And Pub Support Simulator, that brings them back in this game. 400 gold swing. Plus 50 gold from Arc Warden, who's talking shit in all chat, it looks like. And drawing some emojis. Bloodseeker's still not 6, even off the back of that kill, but he will be as soon as some of these creeps die. Then we can see if he can start rupturing people. He's actually going to leave before he levels up. Now this is tragic. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're sneezing onto the PL. He has no mana. He has 4 quill stacks. This should be a kill. It is. Now it's for the Sky. 4 quill stacks. Double kill. Oracle takes it both. Ricardo's like, yes please, give me all that money. And all of a sudden, Pub Support Simulator shows signs of life with another 800 gold swing. And it starts flying back towards their direction. Bloodseeker thinking about a rupture. Oof, so much damage. 6 quill sprays. That'll do it. Here is comeback swing. Top laners are fully abandoned at this point. So Ogre is off to a free start. Now here's the problem. If this was any other hero, you'd be really happy with this. Like an Axe or a Timber or something like that, but it's an Ogre. Like, who cares? Rupture onto the Arc Warden. Sort of misplays his skills. You want to rupture him and then put the Blood Right down to force him to either stay or leave. Instead he sort of Blood Rights nothing and then ruptures him outside of it. Oracle solo laning, he wants level 6. Luna being chased. Thinks about going back top, but that's not her lane anymore. Radiant is severely outclassing the Dire side in terms of CS. Every single Radiant hero in double digits. Arc Warden running in now. It's his game to win or lose. The Ghosts hunting the Bloodseeker. If that Ghost goes for him, he is dead. He is. We don't need to see it. We need to see whether or not the Arc Warden gets out. Witch Doctor's healing him. Bristle's in. He's going to start shooting out some quills. Any day now. Cancels the salve. Oracle downtown. Puts the root on him. Now Bristle's like, we can keep going. And the rest of the team says, no we can't, you need to get out of there. And what Pub Support Simulator lacks in farm, they make up for in another fight. Farm goes on to Luna and Arc Warden. Oracle chasing down the Sky, but I'm not sure that's the fight you want. Ogre free farming top, but what does it matter? Like, it's an Ogre, you know? If he was rushing a Midas or something, I would kind of get it. EL runs onto the Oracle and then runs off of the Oracle. Trying to run away from the Oracle, runs back onto the Oracle. Bloodseeker ruptures the Arc Warden. This is another kill for them. It's a double if they get the clone too. They are chasing the clone. It is worth a couple hundred gold. Ogre TP's in. What can he do? He's out of free lane for 10 minutes. Bristle dying, still dying, dead. And Luna cleaned up next. They overstayed their welcome. Should not have died for... dived, sorry. Dove? Diven. They should not have diven. For the Arc Warden clone. Cost them a few too many lives. 1k to the advantage of the Radiant side, and the throws and the counter throws are in play. TM and Bloodseeker find an Ogre, and it's an Ogre. It's tanky. Starts running away. Ignites them both. And it looks like he's out. Meanwhile, push onto the tier 1 tower. That's dead.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Switch over to net worth. See how this is developing.
Do not be selfish.
Bloodseeker crushed in the middle lane. Bottom 3 net worths. Oracle getting dove on now. Oracle dies. Next up is Bristle. He's tanky, but he's not that tanky. The ult of the Witch Doctor cancelled a bit prematurely. Double kill for Arc Warden. And, I mean, it's Arc Warden's game to lose. He's off to such a good start. Highest net worth in the game. They find a CM. She's dead now, too. Triple kill for Arc Warden.
Embrace your end.
Eee! Looks to be the beginning and end of Pub Support Simulator. They've had a couple of big holds, but nothing that will stop this deathball mid. Ogre's farming top, but honestly this Ogre's bothering me now. He's not contributing to this game. We've got a kill mid. Did not expect that to go in. PL gets caught under the tower. He's dead. Here comes your hold. Ruptured Arc Warden. Struggling to run away. Bristle gets nuked for the Sky. It's a 2 for 2 so far, but that benefits the Dire by a mile. Lucent Beam's available. There it is. It's used. Cask, it bounces. Oracle runs away so the cask doesn't bounce again. And Luna has to give up on it. 2 for 2. Plus about 450 gold for the dire side off of that, but it all goes to Oracle. Now Oracle's the highest net worth hero on the dire side. I don't think that's what you want. I mean, he's in the secret shop farming a wave that he's brought into the jungle. Irath trying to farm out bottom. It's almost like the 4th core of the Radiant side. Just as rich. Phantom Lancer. Ogre's huge. Like, Ogre has 4,200 gold. He is humongous. But it doesn't matter, it's just an Ogre. Like, the Ignite does the same damage whether you have 4k net worth or none. Huge Blood Right, looking to catch both of them. It does! Witch Doctor dead. Ogre is tanky, but he's not that tanky. Multicast onto the Luna to keep her back. Lucid Beam comes down. Double kill for the Bristle. And it's Signs of Life. Once again, from Pub Support Simulator, they say this lead that you are building, we're not going to let it get anything more than about 3-4k, and they spike it back down in their own favour. Oracle in the mid lane, trying to find a way to defend from this Arc Warden. Is this the real one or is it a clone? Looks to me like the real one. Oracle pins him to the floor, which means the entire team can catch up to him. But a bit of a bash, the Eclipse will finish him off. And they've just killed the Arc Warden, that's the highest net worth hero in the game. The comeback gold will be flourishing into their pockets. They get a wave as well, that's another 200 gold in their pockets. Looking at about a 700 gold swing. Ogre ignites, but he could have done that if he was a 5-pos. All of this farm on the Ogre is wasted. He has drums, which he clicks. Ooh, that's a lot of damage into the back of Bristle. He's definitely dead. I mean, the Maledict will pop, the tower will get him as well. Witch Doctor with a cheeky kill there combined with the Ogre. Skywrath tanking the tier 1 top. Bloodright just catches him, ruptures there as well. Lucent Beam, and he's dead. You either run or you die. Ooh, the solar flare shared between Luna and the Blood. Doesn't get anyone. Pick off for Pub Support Simulator. This is a closer game than it might quite look. If only the Bloodseeker was like a real mid-hero that was up here with the Arc Warden, this game would be neck and neck. Tier 2 tower, beginning to fall. It's fallen.
Dire's middle tower.
Fight begins anyway. Bloodright onto 2. Nukes onto the PL. Lucid Beam. Ooh, the bounce! The Witch Doctor ult! It's cleaning them up! The Maledict will pop the Luna. Bloodseeker, he can't run either. Oracle waddles in as if the fight isn't already over, and he's dead. Feeds them 4 kills. He's using his ult, but he will die. Nothing is healing him right now. He pops 2. Just when I thought Pub Support Simulator was about to start bringing this game back. I mean, we've seen it every now and then. The net worth graph, it starts coming back down, and then Sirius is like, wait a minute, we're still winning this. You now have 5 Radiant heroes on top of the net worth, 5 Dire heroes behind. Sirius shouldn't have too much trouble high grounding. They don't have excellent push heroes, as we see them jump in on the Arc Ward, and he's ruptured, he is dead. Pub Support Simulator running after this Ogre. The Bloodseeker's quick, but not quick enough. That's an excellent Blood Right. Walks him right into it, and then the Ogre can't stun because he silenced. The Eclipse comes out, but it's not getting anyone. Now it gets the Ogre. Double kill for the Bloodseeker. Signs of Life! Sirius gets a good move, takes a tower. Pub Support Simulator gets a good move, doesn't take a tower. That's kind of the difference here. And also Sirius gets more good moves over the course of the game, but that is another great fight for Pub Support Simulator, taking out and picking off the Ogre. Oracle's about to feed to the tower though. So just as we were congratulating PSS for getting
top tower has fallen.
one good moment, they feed away just as good a moment to the other team. Sirius wants Roche. This is ambitious. You're only level 9, and Roche slams. Yeah, they deal about 400 damage to Roche, and they realise he's dealt about 1200 damage to our entire team. Stop that. Arc Warden, clicking his little pig stick. Looking at the items, Sirius AI is picking up some, and the other team isn't. That's a CM gets popped just on the corner of the screen there. We've got 3 attempted drums for Pub Sport Simulator. You wouldn't need 3 drums even if you could make 3 drums. So that's a bit of a complete waste. We've got to dive onto the Ogre. Silence comes out a little bit too late. He's already used all his cooldowns, but he's running under the Rupture because what else is he going to do? It's either run or die. Bristle picked off again by the magic damage of the Witch Doctor. That little Maledict Death Ward combo on the Bristle is really causing a problem, and Bristle's not getting a game started. EL and Sky jumping the Luna concussive shot slows, as does the Phantom Lance. Is that what it's called? Spirit Lance? Phantom Lance. Oracle's pushing bot, but you're not the hero for that, in the same way that Ogre's not the hero to play 3 bots. You're going to play this split pushing hero. Pick a Nature's Prophet, pick something that can push towers. CM, D-pushing mid, trying to keep the wave out of the base. No Raxes have fallen yet, but we are only 20 minutes in. Sirius AI clawing to a new height as Roshan gets hit again, but he sort of just bludgeons Arc Warden to 2/3 health, keeps them away. Have a look, we've got PL farming a small camp and top lane, a little bit of efficiency there. Oracle farming bot wave. Fight seems like it wants to be brewing middle. Skywrath. Atos the Bristle. Sky is very rich. We've got 3 heroes and a wave of creeps on the tower. Witch Doctor a little bit out of position. He gets Maledict on 2. Bristle though, under the solar flare, there's not much you can do. It's a zoning eclipse, but what does that matter? With Atos the Bloodseeker, he's running fast. Luna turns and goes back in. She's dead for that. The others should be out. What are you cooking? Boom, says Phantom Lancer. He wasn't there for that, so I'm not sure why he's talking shit, but sometimes your team has a good moment and you just wanna be part of that celebration. Crafts. Continues pulling in Sirius's direction, but this is not... It's not like a stomp. It's just a clear win. It's a clear win for Sirius AI. There have been great moments throughout for Pub Sport Simulator. If it was a stomp, they wouldn't have 15 kills. They wouldn't have had 10 good moments in this game. This Maiden grabs the outpost back. We've got an Essence Ring found by the Phantom Ones. Double damage on Witch Doctor. Skywrath, there's no stun available. He can slip away. In terms of items, what's new? Atos and the Skywrath. Fusel Blade, Hand of Midas on the Arc Warden. He's going to keep accelerating his farm. Ogre has nothing. If you weren't aware already, you can tell that I do not like what this Ogre's been up to. Pub Sport Simulator is not quite spending all of their gold. Bristle walking around with 1,000. Let's have a look at current gold. I can hear a kill on the Crystal Maiden. Record it right at the end. Current gold, you got the dire side walking around with about 4k gold in their pockets. Ogre also walking around with about 4k and 2k in his pockets. He wants a Midas, but it's 22 minutes in. Atos onto the Bristle, causing him problems, but he might get this Ogre. Not quite. Just turn and kill the Ogre, you may as well, you're dead anyway, Luna. And she's dead. Ogre's Midas on the way. So we've got a very, very greedy item set up from the Radiant side. They got 2 Midases, 3 if you count the Arc Warden. Rupture onto the Witch Doctor, but you have to ult that Bloodseeker just so he can run away, but where's he going? Oh, he just lives. There's one more Maledict tick. And he
This'll come in
lives.
handy.
Oracle heals themselves. And the Radiant side repels them from a bot lane push. Here's Ogre's Midas. Here's Arc Warden's Midas. I was expecting to click on Skywrath to see a Midas there as well, but... On the other hand, if you have heroes that use Midas as well as these heroes, you may as well get Midas on them. Arc Warden, you get double Midas, it pays for itself twice as fast, and Ogre, you get the multicast Bristle. He's in trouble. Maledict is enough alone, and they finish him off as well. Zoning Eclipse from the Luna. Bot's struggling to use this ability all day long. Solar Flare. They've got Silence on the Ogre. He's tanking the tower, but the Bloodseeker's losing this right-click battle with the entire team. Does kill the Ogre, but he's dead now too. Arc Warden looking like he's cleaning up the whole damn squad. Crystal Maiden rocks up after the fight's finished and just feeds her life away. Triple kill for the Arc Warden. It's his game. 10,000 net worth, and they're all talking shit in the old chat. Sirius AI, at this point, just needs to find a way to close the game without throwing, and it should be their win. Sirius AI is the favourite of the group, alongside ranked matchmaking AI. Both are strong contenders, but we're not sure which of the two is the strongest. We can compare how they deal with same teams. So we could compare whether or not ranked matchmaking AI has good moments where they are clearly winning, but not stomping Hub Support Simulator, whereas we might find ranked matchmaking AI absolutely eats this team alive. Then of course eventually they will face off against each other. Rupture on the PL, but they're struggling to chase him. They're all fighting the illusions. They do identify which one's real in the end. He is ruptured for 0.5 seconds more. Starts TPing out, given the Lucid Beam. They get it! They get it just in time! Bloodseeker's chasing. This fight's been going on forever. Now they're under the tier 1. Oracle not quite enough. They've rooted him. The damage comes out. The Spirit Lance is a double kill for the Witch Doctor. And what they thought was 5 people killing the Phantom Lancer, that slippery little hero found a way to get out, and he didn't even die in the end. And now he's farming mid at half health. Ogre seeing if he can multicast some Midas shots. They're thinking about Roche again. Sirius AI now absolutely can take Roche with ease. Earlier, when it's like 14 minutes in and they're all levels 7, 8 and 9, no, Roche was beating the heck out of him, but now it's not a problem at all. Oh boy, look at that Witch Doctor heal. Plus 13 to everybody in the pit. And down goes the Roshan. Who's going to get the Aegis?
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Arc Warden is identified as the Aegis carrier. Pick up the outpost. They start jungling up some camps. We're seeing as the entire team is using neutral items. This is a big statement to the rest of the teams in the tournament. They're saying, listen, we're going to crush this game. We're going to take Roche. We're going to jungle. We're going to equip neutral items. They're doing lots of stuff that you would expect teams to do if they want to win a game of Dodo. TP's come in bottom. We're going to multicast stun onto the Bristle. He's under the Solar Flare. He's dead. Concussive Bolt on the CM. She gets ulted by the Oracle, but that just delays the inevitable. Oracle's now dead too. CM's going to pop to the damage. She hasn't found any source of healing. 3-man wipe because Hub Support Simulator can't find a way to push this bottom lane. They want their first tier 1 of the game, and they just can't get it. 1k gold swing. Arc Warden wasn't even there. See if they can get their first racks of the game. Everyone will be respawned by the time this push begins. And they don't have bad push, don't get me wrong. Like PL, Ogre, Arc Warden, they can hit buildings. But really what they do is they hit heroes, and look at them hit the heroes. Anyone's a high ground hero when 2 enemy heroes are dead, so Ogre's going to run up, start punching the tower. Here comes the whole squad. The tower starts falling a lot quicker this time. Would be nice to see them step on the high ground so they don't miss.
Dire's bottom
But
tower
first
has
Rex is available to Sirius AI if they want it. Bloodseeker's running around in the jungle, he's scared, he doesn't know what to do. Oracle's running around in the jungle, he's scared, he doesn't know what to do. CM's D-pushing mid, she knows what she's supposed to be doing, and Rex is a free take.
Dire's bottom
Sirius AI, now they're thinking of going mid.
Doctor ordered.
Almost have the Manta style picked up on the PL. Solar Flare on 2, they're in the wrong neighborhood, and that's an easy pickup on the 2 supports. They had no business being there once Sirius decided we're pushing mid now. BKB for the Arc Warden, he doesn't want to die this game. He has the Aegis, he could really play dangerously right now. 11, 5 and 80, that's 29 kills he's been involved in. Second lane of Rax, looks like it's getting crushed out for Sirius AI.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Bloodseeker ruptures up the Skywrath, the silence is there. They are invis though, but they're ruptured and they die.
To restore her to the nest of
Pub Sports Simulator find a consolation kill, but 2
Dire's
racks
middle
down.
barracks has fallen.
That was a mega spree, so it is
Dire's middle
800 gold into
barracks
the
has
pockets of
fallen.
Luna, but she's still too far behind. CM thinks about defending, doesn't have a chance, and Sirius AI, they're going to close this game out right here, right now. They have their finger on the pulse, they're aggressive. Luna's going to run in the back, decides against it.
Dire's middle
And
tower has fallen.
It looks to be a good start for Sirius AI in Group D. They will be very happy with this win. They've also got a lot to look at and work on. They've got a lot of
Dire's middle tower
moments in
has
this
fallen.
game where they got 3 or 4 man wiped, picked off, ganked, that they can look at and go, alright, we need to clean this up, because the better teams in this tournament, they might not let us get away with that. And similarly, Pub Sports Simulator, they're running in now. It's their last hurrah. Luna, the Eclipse goes off and off and off, but it's just not enough damage anymore. EL's Illusions trying to end the game out. CM with a blast. Not enough.
Radiant
It's a win.
victory.
As I was saying, Pub Sports Simulator, they have a lot to work on, and from this game, they can look back at the VOD, and they can really think about how they can improve this gameplay. The story of this game is that it was quite back and forth through the early game. The lead never got too far. It felt like it never got past about 3,000-4,000 gold. And then in the mid to late game, Sirius just took over. And once they got ahead, they stayed ahead and they crushed. Not a single hero. I mean, I talked a lot of smack to the Ogre, but he didn't play a bad game. He just was not the right hero choice for the offlane. If that's something like an Axe, Nature's Prophet, or something that can really get in there and end the game, it would have been done. Instead, it's an Ogre and he buys Drums Midas and doesn't really contribute very much. MVP for the Dire side. It's hard to pick when you get bullied that hard. Maybe the graphs will help reveal something for us. On the scoreboard, we have Ward Vision placed down throughout the game by Sirius AI. Damage split pretty evenly across the board, but your Arc Warden carrying the team to an extent. EL and Arc Warden both crushing the buildings, but Arc Warden killing the heroes too. Healing on the Witch Doctor, look at that. That's so much healing. Crystal Maiden, almost a non-factor in this game. Oracle, not much of a factor in this game. Maybe we MVP the Luna, who's involved in about the same kills as Bristle, similar damage to the Bristle, so we'll give it to the Luna, but 28 last hits in a 27 minute, was it game? 29 minute game? That's just not on. You're not going to get away with that against some of these other teams. They didn't get away with it in this game mode either. Here is the net worth graph. So as we were talking about, teams were completely even for 5 minutes. And then Sirius AI begun getting an advantage. But Pub Sports Simulator did a good job of tapering that advantage off and keeping the graph trending back towards their own side. But it never came on their side in the whole game. Eventually you've got this 5k gold lead, it turns into a 10k gold lead, and eventually the game has just ended, and Sirius AI with a dominant performance in the first game of Group D. But what do the other 5 games hold? See you in those ones. Bye.